Some grocery store employees, gig workers, and delivery people were striking on this May Day. They protested against working conditions at Amazon, Whole Foods, Instacart, and Target's delivery service. They say they need more protective gear, hazard pay, and time off. But the companies argue their policies have shifted to provide more protection as well as wages or bonuses. There is no doubt these are essential workers. We spoke this week with our own group of workers who feel they are on their front lines. None were part of today's strike, but they raised their own serious concerns.
I'm David Schaefer. I'm a retail manager at a grocery store chain in Columbus, Ohio.
My name is Annette Brown. I live in Baltimore City. My job is to ensure the cleanliness and the sanitation of the hospital.
My name is Andrew Bencomo. I am retired, but I am working part-time at a Lowe's Home Improvement here in Las Cruces.
My name is Eric Coates, and I am a Detroit Department of Transportation equipment operator, so basically a bus driver.
On an average day, I was told it might be more than 17 COVID patients coming in. We have to be on the front line. And for a lot of us, we feel like we have no choice but to be there. If you don't want to work, you could either, quit or just take time off without pay and don't know where any money is going to come from. You're taking a chance.
The biggest thing that goes through my mind, in all honesty, is I just want to, the same way that I left home, I want to come back home. I feel completely stressed out. And with this whole situation, once it started, I've been working from the beginning of it to when it wasn't a pandemic to the point where it's full-blown pandemic now. So I haven't had an opportunity to get a mental break from it.
There are times when I have, 2 employees to take care of the entire half of the store that I cover, which is just impossible to do.
When you have 300 people in 3 or 4 areas, that doesn't create any distancing. So there's times where I will look down an aisle and there's 8 or 9 people in the aisle and I will not go in there. I look down the aisle and I stand outside or I just walk away. And I know that's not the best customer service, but I'm not going to wait into the middle of that.
Our poor customer service counter people have to deal with these people yelling at them and swearing at them and just, angry that they can't return whatever it is that they bought. We're not making a whole lot of money, and it would be nice to be treated a little bit nicer because we have no control over any of this that's happening.
They have bumped up pay like $2 an hour, and they have given some bonuses. And they did a lot of those things, but did not limit the traffic the way they needed to, I felt like. So it was almost like a Band-Aid. It was almost like, well, here's all the protective equipment, here's some extra money, but we're just going to keep allowing as many people to come in as we want, or we're going to allow this crowding to happen.
If I get sick, this could be the last year I ever see. Who's going to take care of my kids? We need essential pay. Essential pay will not only help us with our bills, it will help us put food in the house, it will help us for transportation. It would just give us that financial security if something was to happen to us or one of our loved ones and we have to leave work to take care of them. If we can't do our job, the doctors, the nurses, or any other kinds of staff will not be able to do their job.
Knowing that I'm helping people get what they need in a time when, it's kind of iffy, is there toilet paper, is there not toilet paper? It's actually kind of nice to be in a job that I enjoy. It's actually helping people.
Once you're driving a certain route on a continuous basis, you'll see those same people continually. And once you see them continually, you become a family. So that's what still motivates me to actually come to work, is because I still want to be a part of that solution. And when we come out of this pandemic, I don't want to have that thought of, well, I gave up and ran and hid while this whole thing was going on. I want to be able to go through the fight and actually see what the other side is going to look like once we get through all of this.